Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Four Sides of the Ring. Tonight, we're talking Smackdown, and what turned out to be a very weird episode of Smackdown. We started the night backstage. Everyone coming in. We had Bianca and Naomi coming in, and we had Cody coming in. And he got stopped by Nick. You know, he was supposed to be part of a 6-man tag team, and Nick stops him, and he tells him, "You're out of the 6-man tag team." And Cody's all, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, it's out of my hands. But you're out of the 6-man tag team. You know, you're wanted for something else." And he's like, "Well, what do you mean?" And basically, Nick's all, "Well, it's out of my hands if you smell what I'm cooking, obviously hinting to things to come,
Right.
Which is pretty funny, Obviously, we all knew what was going on. They didn't keep The Rock secret or anything.
The Rock didn't keep The Rock secret.
Keep The Rock secret. But we'll get to The Rock
later
in a second. First,
due time.
First, we started our night with
Jimmy versus Drew.
Jimmy and Drew. Which, is a fun fight. I will not deny that. I like these two quite a bit, but it didn't amount to anything we haven't seen the last little bit, They both just came out and fought. I don't even think there was anything wildly noteworthy.
No, other than Drew attacked him after the match.
Yeah, but that's just Drew being a crybaby. He does that after every match anymore. But I mean that was kind of the problem with some of the fights tonight. Is outside of the second fight of the night and then the Rock stuff, the rest of it was kind of just meh. Like before SmackDown started, we had the 6-man tag team as the main event, which I was looking forward to because I wanted to see Cody and Damian on the same team, And then we had the Liv Morgan, Bianca. No, she was going up against Naomi. The Liv Morgan-Naomi fight, right? Which I was looking forward to.
Just because your girlfriend was
I don't care. I was looking forward to it.
Make-believe girlfriend.
Make-believe.
It's not really his girlfriend.
But that one, we'll talk about it more in half a second.
No.
But
yeah, they would have been good, but the fact of the matter is, shit got cut for The Rock.
Right?
But at the same time, even these other matches that are left, they probably got a little rushed.
And and I bet you anything, a lot of stuff got rushed.
Sometimes got
because you could see that in the Tiffy fight too. Like there was a lot that went on in the Tiffy fight that was clearly out of sync.
And it was just to fit in the promos plus the rest of the other show, rest of the show.
But I'm gonna just move on from the Jimmy fight unless you have something to.
No, I didn't really see a lot of the Jimmy fight. As everybody knows, I still just catch it on highlights, not.
But the second fight of the night. Two.
It was two.
I'm sorry, this is one of the funniest things I've ever seen in WWE. Like, R-Truth was on one tonight. And it started backstage. Before the fight even started, he goes up to Carmelo Hayes and he's like, "All right, for the first time ever, you and me got a match." And Hayes is looking at him like, "What? We just fought last week." And then, Truth was turned out to be a tag team match, The Miz pops up and him and, The Miz is still looking for friends to help him out against the Wyatt Six.
Yeah.
And then, so he pops up and he kind of forces Carmelo's hand and he's like, we're going, and then Truth, he's like, he's like, yeah, I got somebody. You know, he's born and bred native Louisiana. You know. Then it moves on. They move out to the arena. You know, and Miz and Carmelo are in the ring, and R-Truth's coming out. You know, and he stops his music, and he's announcing his tag team partner. You know, he's like, I've, you know, born and bred Louisiana legend. You know, here comes Louisiana Night. You know, oh my God, it's still cracking me up. You know, so LA Knight comes out and he's like, what are you going on about? Oh my goodness. And the best part is he hands him a po' boy sandwich, right? Yeah, so they go down, you know, the fight begins.
Didn't LA Knight take a bite of the
sandwich? Yeah, he took a bite of the sandwich, you know, and hey, you know, the fight commences, and we get, and it was a pretty good fight too. Like it wasn't a slouch of a fight. This one definitely delivered, even on top of Truth being a nut job.
Yeah.
But the first thing he does, he gets Carmelo Hayes down, and he proceeds to start doing the pin count himself. 1, 2. And Hayes pops up like he's really getting pinned. He's like, but he's looking around like, what the hell? And Truth stands up and arguing with the ref. You know, 2, holding up 2. It was only a 2 count. And then he proceeds, you know, proceeds in the fight. And then he goes over to the Miz, and he tags the Miz and jumps out in that corner. And the Miz is looking at him like, we're not tag team partners. That one about cost Truth, because one of them knocked him up off the ring at that point. I think Hayes came up and popped him, and he dropped out. But you know, they kind of roughed up Truth for a bit, and then once Knight got in, Knight took it to the Miz and Carmelo for a bit. And like I said, it was actually a pretty good fight, and there was a little interference by Shinsuke. He popped up.
Right.
You know, there's been the back and forth with LA Knight, Shinsuke Nakamura.
Right.
And I do believe that is what cost Knight and Truth the match. Because Knight got knocked down, and I think they threw him up in the ring, and he got pinned at that point. I think that's how it went down. And but I'll say this though, because you know Carmelo, he's so arrogant and cocky and everything, very much just me, right? And he was very much against this tag team matchup, but the look on his face after they won kind of spelled a little bit of like, all right, you know, maybe this wasn't so bad. We won, maybe we can keep doing this. So it makes me wonder if we might see the Miz and Carmelo team up for a minute.
Possibly.
Could be a possible matchup, because he had that look on his face like, all right, this wasn't so bad, you know. He was still fighting with the Miz for attention, you know, for the camera and everything, but I'm sorry, it was still the funniest damn thing. Truth is funny on a normal night. That man was on one.
Truth has been through what is it, 3, 4 eras now. I think his sole purpose to this job anymore is to do whatever he can to make anyone and everyone break. Period. I don't even think like he comes in thinking, oh, I'm gonna go for that belt tonight. I think he's just like, I haven't broken yet.
You know what else he was doing too? He was doing John Cena.
Oh, he always does them.
He was out there.
He says John Cena's his mentor, even though he's older than John Cena. Because John Cena's in his, what? How old's John Cena?
Cena's in his 40s.
40s. Truth is in his 60s.
Yeah, Truth.
Like, Truth. And that's the crazy thing, too, is you look at Truth, he damn near still looks how he did fucking
Truth
in the aggressive, the Attitude Era.
Oh.
Because Truth came into that near the end of the Attitude Era, middle, maybe. And that's when he was more serious. But it's like the longer he has stayed in WWE, the more he is just, man, I'm just going to go break somebody now.
I'll tell you what, man. If I was out there wrestling last night in that match, there is no way in hell I wouldn't have been rolling on the floor. That shit cracked me up.
I probably, if I were a wrestler and he broke me, I'd probably take it, and then I'd walk in the back and probably huck something at Triple H going, you did this, didn't you? This is what you wanted. Because it's like every time I hear of anything with R-Truth, he's like walking past Gorilla, and they're like, hey, Truth, come here. Go break him.
Go break him.
Go. Go do it. Can you do it? Go do it. We got a bet. Go do it.
Oh my god.
That's what I hear, at least. Like most of his stuff, like the one of the greater ones was Paul Heyman and Brock Lesnar when he comes out for a Royal Rumble. I can't remember how long ago it was, but the story I heard is he was basically walking past Gorilla and you're like, hey, Truth, go break Lesnar. Bet you can't do it. And he went out there. And he is going off. He's like, I'm gonna enter the Rumble. I'm gonna throw people over the rope. And then it got to a point where he goes, and then I'm gonna throw your big ass over the rope, Heyman. And Lesnar just starts just laughing right there in the middle of the ring. Heyman's sitting there just like, I'm not in the Rumble. Oh, that's my bad. That's on me. It's just like the women's Royal Rumble when he ran out there. Did you see that last year?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, I can't remember. She was the Valkyrie girl. I can't remember her name all of a sudden. But she was coming out, and she's not even to the ring yet. Like, she's halfway. And R-Truth music starts playing. And he runs out like, coming out to the men's Royal Rumble. And all of a sudden he looks at her and he's like, and then he runs into the ring. And he's like, where's all the men at? Where's all the men at? And Nia grabs him and fucking throws him over the rope. I think it was Nia. But it is just hilarious. And it's like, I think at this point, he has that attitude of, if I just can't have fun, I'm not going to be here anymore. You know what I'm saying? He's done it all. Yeah. He's been there. He's killed it. He's damn near got talent. And let's face it, I'm 36 and that man runs faster than I can. Like, I'm not even saying runs. He just moves and can do shit more than I can. I fucking turn wrong and I'm down for the night, But, R-Truth is always fun to watch. Always fun. And the fact that he sits there and calls John Cena his mentor is just hilarious. So.
All right, yeah. So that was anyway. We'll move on to Tiffy and Candace for the night, which was,
it's Tiffy time.
Well, now this, like you were saying, some of these matches felt like something was off, and this match felt like something was off.
I'm sure a lot of them had more planned, but
because Tiffy came out, she was on the mic, and then Nia and Candace came out.
Yeah.
In his typical fashion of what they're doing. They did come out like they were going to just attack, but they got pushed off and the match started, and going at it. You know, they're both good. And then Charlotte comes out. Her music plays, and she comes out. But she just comes out. She comes and takes a seat with the announcers.
Right.
She didn't do anything.
Her opponent.
Now, there was a point in this match, too, I think it was just after Charlotte came out, where Tiffy did a moonsault on Nia and Candice, right?
Right.
But she missed. Like, she damn near just landed on her feet. Like, she missed both of them. I think she barely caught the side of Nia. And she got up like she didn't really hurt herself, but that couldn't have felt good because she was going from the top rope.
And seeing that goes back to, I think things were a little bit rushed. I mean, because they're fitting, not just one, but two things that are no longer, like, one was no longer a part of the show because of The Rock.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're fitting damn near 20 minutes plus for The Rock.
For The Rock, yeah.
And so, but they still had to make it to where Liv and Raquel got their shit with Bianca, so they had to rush things.
They rush things.
And so I bet you anything, that moonsault, anything that got messed up in that match was not the original plan. Like, a lot of people don't understand when things like that get changed, like, almost just abruptly. And let's face it, Rock said it at the beginning of the middle of the week. Wednesday? I think it was Wednesday or Thursday I heard he was being there.
I think it was Thursday.
Or was it Friday?
I think it was the day before he...
Either way,
he announced he was coming.
It was right there. So, at that point, he just put, Triple H and the rest of the talent on the spot going, okay, now we have to change things. Cut something here. Move this here, And that's not fair, because it makes the guys that are in the ring right now look dumb. Because, like you said, she fucking missed both of them.
Yeah, she missed on a moonsault. And then there was, later in the match, because Tiffy wins.
Right.
And then, of course, Nia and Candice jump in and jump
Hold
her.
their shit.
But Trish comes out.
Right.
And blah, blah, blah. Trish gets jumped too. They both get knocked down. And then Nia stacks them to do her Annihilator move. Is it Annihilator? Yeah. To do her move on them. And she basically just jumped down and took a seat on them. She didn't really... she did it really slow.
Probably because, again, it was probably rushed.
But
look at the fact here, too, is she's not used to dealing with Trish Stratus either.
That's true.
And Trish probably has a little bit of a ground rules. I mean, not to be rude, but, I mean, she's up there.
Yeah.
And her body's not as young as it was 20 years ago. Can't take the hits. She used to be able to take the hits. Nothing wrong with that. I mean, she's older than me and can take hits better than I can. I'm worse than she. I mean, I'm not even playing that card. Like, I'm fucking horrible. But, so she probably just didn't want to fucking hurt him.
She might not want to take it, but you could clearly see that
she just went slow.
It was really slow. Because it was really how she jumps off the rope. And you can always tell she's landing on her feet and then going down. This was really jumped to her feet and then sat down.
Well, you got to think, too. I'm pretty sure she's probably heard a couple of people just going straight down on her fucking ass. I know she's probably been told, you want to keep this move, you better fucking figure a way to not hurt people. Nothing against her. I mean, before she got let go,
yeah,
she actually had a kind of a reputation of she was hurting people. She was a little aggressive, and then she left, came back, and kind of...
She's quite a bit bigger than the rest of
them. Oh, well, she... Well, and see, and that's the thing, too, is coming back, she... you can tell a lot of her... just in-ring... attitude has changed. she's not so aggressive. Like, even though she's trying to be aggressive, she's not. She wasn't how she was. It was almost like the hey, you're done, bye, was a wake up call. And I mean, and now it's like, you know, every once in a while, yeah, accidents happen, but it's like before she got booted, she was. Quite a bit. You know, from what me and Bryce were saying, she was getting a lot of injuries under her belt, which isn't a good thing.
Yeah, it's not a good thing, of course.
So, you know, now she's actually, you know, got that temperament of she's doing what she needs to do to be better. So, and that's a good thing. But, I don't know, like we say, you know, you throw a wrinkle in the show's plan.
Mm-hmm. This match really, I think it really suffered from being changed.
The wrinkle.
Yeah.
Well, let's face it too. You saw the same things with Vince, and we all heard the outcome of why that happened. It was because last minute he'd be like, "No, we're changing it.
Yeah.
This is how the show's going to go tonight. We didn't train for that, Vince. I don't care. Figure it out."
Yeah.
And you can't do that.
It's just the way it played out. The Rock is going to do what The Rock wants to do at this point.
You want to look at The Rock and be like, dude, you got a Vince McMahon mentality right now, and people are getting hurt for it. You need to get with, you know, creative and be like, hey, when can we do this? When can it be good? Let's fit me in so we don't hurt people. Nothing against The Rock. Love The Rock. Grew up with him, watching him. You know, grew up watching him. But it's like, dude, you gotta get with the creative page of. I gotta make sure they're okay, on top of everything else. Because let's face it, like you said, everyone ignore that. He's not really showing up. It's not like a. We're not that famous yet.
We don't have Joe Hendry yet.
Anyway, it's like we said, like 2 matches got severely damaged by this. The 6-man tag and Livs.
Yeah, let's talk about Livs. Because they
got cut.
They got cut.
And, you know, okay, so Tiffy won. We're going to push forward. Tiffy won. Everything like that. So we already know everything that happened there. And we're at that point where Bianca and Naomi are coming out to the ring for their match. And then they're attacked by Liv and Raquel, who apparently are under the ring hiding this entire fucking time. They had wonderful poses.
But they
were supposed to have a match. It wasn't supposed to be an attack, it was supposed to be a match. And that was one of the matches that got cut because The Rock was like, "No, I'm coming in tonight."
So we wound up with Liv and Raquel just getting the boot from the stadium
by Nick. Wow. I don't know how much they took that seriously. She walking off laughing her ass off.
She just laughed. But, I mean, basically, you know, they ended the match. They cut it, and that was that. But, I mean, shit happens. I'm not, like, that mad. But could have cut a different match.
I get that they want to sell whatever this is leading to.
Well, that's the thing, too, because now we can go into The Rock. This is build up to WrestleMania.
He wants Cody's soul.
That's the longest, and that's what he wants, and I think he's going to get it.
So the question is, though, is he going to go Homelander and keep the hair, or is he going to go fucking straight on Sith and go all black?
All black.
Or are we going to go back to Dashing Cody? Dashing.
But I think The Rock's going to get Cody's soul. Because I think we're going to see...
I don't know what's going to happen. I think we're going to hear a no from Cody.
I think we're going to hear a no from Cody.
Which is going to aim a big major attack. Which could lead, like you said earlier, could lead to a Rock Cody situation at WrestleMania. But the thing is that... Then the question is, if Rock and Cody at WrestleMania happen... That means the Elimination Chamber for the men's is moot and null and void.
Well, that's the thing. Is like,
which, let's face it, I don't know about anybody else here. There's only one person in that cage I want to win, and that's Damian Priest. I think he's earned it. I think he's deserved it. God knows if Logan Paul won, I'd
see. That's the thing too. Is like
slap him.
If you think about it, because I think Cena's winning the Chamber, because I think Cena's taking his spot. And if you think about it, if there's no build up for Cena and Cody at WrestleMania, but they're fighting, maybe this is what they're doing instead, is some Rock and Cody building up to WrestleMania. And then, something goes.
The only thing that would make sense there is The Rock and Cody, and then near the end, Cena steps in to more or less be the light side of the determination and create a triple threat.
Because what if you get like so you have Cena, Cody going at WrestleMania, and you have Rock and Cody building up to WrestleMania, and then The Rock costs Cody the belt to Cena in some fashion.
I could see that, but at the same time, not to say that's not a bad idea. It's like I've said the last few weeks, Cena doesn't need a WrestleMania moment. He's had it.
I know he doesn't need it.
Where and this is just who Cena is. He would rather give the WrestleMania moments to the ones that deserve it rather than take it. And let's face it, like I said, he's getting a record moment at WrestleMania whether he has a title match or not, because if he goes to WrestleMania, he's going to top Ric Flair's WrestleMania moments. At that point, though, like I said, last week to you at work, it makes more sense to me to drop the title to someone who deserves it at WrestleMania, deserves that moment, and then in a couple weeks or the next PLE, Cena swoops in and takes it. But, like you said, The Rock is the reason Cody loses it. But then Cena's the reason Cody doesn't get it back. Because Cena comes in, say, in the next PLE, and takes it for himself and does his retirement run with a belt around his waist until Cody crosses the line and sells his soul.
Well, I don't think Cody will sell his soul. I think it'll get taken from him. Like, I think he'll lose it because I think The Rock's going to push for it. But I don't think he'll give it up. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But something will cost him.
Losing the belt will cost him.
And then once he's lost his soul, we'll have, Dark Side Cody or Homelander Cody. And he'll probably
drastically change his fan base.
Which means he probably won't have the belt, and it'll probably be getting the belt back that gets him his soul back. Because at some point he'll get his soul back, and he'll be the American Nightmare again.
Right.
That's what I think. Anyway, I could be.
Who knows?
But like you're saying, there's multiple options here of.
Too many to call right now. We'll know better once the Chamber's
won. And we can both agree that if CM Punk or Seth Rollins walks out of that Chamber, we're all going to be pissed about that.
Not to say that they haven't deserved their shit, but they're well past the deserving point.
But, like you said, there's a Damian Priest there that very much deserves.
God, if Logan wins, I'm gonna fucking.
And if Logan wins,
that boy, he don't need to be winning right now. He's pissing people off,
which is fine. He can piss people off,
and
he can be there.
Part of his character, but at the same time,
he can be there in the middle of everything, mixing it up. But yeah, he does not need to walk out of that Chamber the winner.
He's already got too big a head on his shoulders. He can't.
Because he doesn't really have a place in the championship talks at WrestleMania.
Here's what happens: Elimination Chamber. Ludwig Kaiser comes in and beats the shit out of him for talking to Tiffy. Just saying. What would you do if that fucking happened?
That'd be
Somehow
funny.
Ludwig Kaiser gets in that fucking chamber and starts beating the shit out of Logan. The fact of the matter is, this is the second chamber Logan's been in. He doesn't deserve the rise and shine that he's getting right now. And it's nothing against him. It's just like he.
But honestly, it's probably why. It's probably why he's getting some of this is because Triple H knows how much flack he gets, and putting him in these positions just pisses people off more.
Pisses people off,
which gives him more reason to be.
Let's face it, the sponsorships Prime's probably giving him is quite a bit.
Yeah,
and they're making money off of them. But the thing is, like, don't get me wrong. Like, okay, first off, Logan's one of the celebrities. Fucking that. God damn, you want in the ring. He puts his all in. I'll state that. Like him, Ricochet. Oh my God, that knocked the wind out of me. Like they do. He does a damn good job, and he throws himself in there. But to make him a GOAT this early on in his career is bullshit.
That's just his talk. That's
yeah.
Just they're not.
And so if he were to win,
he's not walking out of that chamber.
Yeah, he better not be. Not to hate him. Let's face it, the fucker's entertaining.
Yeah, but he's not walking out. Seth ain't walking out. CM Punk ain't walking out.
Seth, nothing against Seth, but he's the last person that should, because Seth has, as Seth has even said, he has carried this company on his shoulders for the last 10 years. He has been the working horse champ. He does not need...
Who's our sixth man in there?
This champion. We got Damian. We got Cena. We've got Logan. We've got Seth, Punk.
Is it Strowman?
No.
No, because he was in the Damian fight. That's right.
No.
It was
Cena,
Punk,
hang on. If my phone wants to work faster. Wow.
Logan.
I know what y'all are thinking. We're just dumb in general. It's not necessarily that we don't know what we're talking about. We're just dumb in general. All right, fuck off. You should see us at work. It's rather entertaining. Elimination Chamber 2025. Boom. Is it Drew?
Drew. Oh my goodness, it's Drew.
Yeah, okay. There we go. So, yeah. Which, I wouldn't mind seeing Drew win either. Let's throw that out there.
I think it's going to be Damian or Cena.
I want it to be Damian.
I'm on the Cena ticket for that one.
Now WWE's on. Hey, guys. WWE's on point this round. I've got like the full fucking show listing here this time, unlike last round.
All right. Wednesday. So back to The Rock. We're kind of getting way off.
No, we're not even close to the show anymore. We might as well just fucking end it here.
So the promo, this is why I say this was weird, because this promo was weird. Like, he came out, The Rock comes out. Everyone loves The Rock. And he did have a...
He couldn't decide to be the final boss or The Rock. Or the people's champ.
That's the problem.
Because he kept being nice and then he kept going.
Then he would be mean and then...
I'm going to slap your STD mouth shut. It's like, that don't make no sense.
Like, before he got in the ring, he steps down, walks around, picks up this phone, and hands it back to the couple that dropped it, and then proceeds to get in the ring. But then he's...
That's just The Rock. Let's face it, The Rock is just The Rock. He's going to, again, do whatever the fuck he wants.
But then he's talking, the whole time he's talking, Oh, this last year, Cody and I have become friends, Even Mama Rhodes and Mama Rock have become friends. Look, there's pictures. And he brings up pictures of those two,
Right.
And he's like... And he talks about how great that Cody is as a champion. And then he's all, I want your soul.
It's not necessarily he's asking for his soul. He wants him to be his champion, not the people's champion. He wants him to be... It's almost... best way to put it, Star Wars Sith. It's Palpatine and Anakin, like we've been seeing in the memes. He wants Cody for himself. Cody answers to himself. Kneels at the rocks, which, good Lord, this if it goes this route, no, here's how Cody gets his soul back if it goes this route. You ready? He beats Roman in the next WrestleMania.
See, and Roman has to be tied into this, too.
Roman's got to be a part of it, but let's face it, we do know that a lot of plans have been deviated because of certain injuries that have occurred, from what I've heard with Roman.
But I don't know. Like, I think, but I will say this. Because I don't know how this is going to play out exactly. Because there's a lot of what ifs that could happen. But I will say this. Elimination Chamber, Cody's answer is going to be no.
Obviously.
Cody's answer is going to be no.
He's going to say no. He's going to stand up to The Rock. And The Rock's probably going to say something along the lines of, you got away with slapping me. You're not going to get away with saying no to me.
Yeah, like
something along those lines.
There's going to be something like that.
And then he's going to basically warn Cody, I'm coming for you.
And then going to WrestleMania, we're going to see a lot of
that, or we finally get what we've all been holding our breaths for, the entire Bloodline Original and Bloodline 2.0 surround the entire fucking ring with Cody in the middle. Taking Jay out of the equation. Jay's not there, but everyone
else is
there, and Cody's by himself.
And Cody gets taken out,
which would actually kind of be cool. And I would lose. I'm not even gonna lie. I'd lose my shit if that really happened.
That would actually be pretty cool.
It would be. It would be.
That's how he
gets his... I highly doubt that's what we're gonna see.
We're gonna see something.
I just still hope, because they made it such a point to show that The Rock was the reason behind Solo, and now it's like it's gone. So,
well,
all right. So after that,
shit was just weird, man.
Yeah,
it was so weird.
A lot of weirdness.
But
we had Chelsea kindly offer to take Bianca.
I love Chelsea, man.
Chelsea and Piper to take Bianca and Naomi's spot in the Elimination Chamber after their attack.
And you got Nick going, what do you mean?
They're not out of that match.
They're not out of that match.
But then he goes, but you'll have a match in Toronto next week.
Next week.
Doesn't say who.
We do have a Chelsea match, though, and that's always fun. I like it.
Well, a lot of people are saying it's going to be Michin again.
Yeah,
I don't think so, though.
I wouldn't be surprised, though.
Because we have way too many that I think we're going to get a different person going up against her now. And it ain't going to be Michin. Don't take it from Michin on that one. I don't think she's out of the equation completely. I think just this round it's going to be someone else that Chelsea and Piper are going to weasel their way out of.
It was hilarious.
Just saying, like, but don't get me wrong. Like, I love Chelsea having the belt because she just is so comedic. It's so funny.
Yeah, it was too good. All right, and then we went into the championship
tag champs
match, which I felt was underwhelming. Like, even the match itself.
I don't think the match itself was supposed to be important. This was more of a street profit dominance is what it was showing. And like we've been saying, it got rushed.
It did.
So it did not look great.
See, this is the one I thought they should have axed.
They should have just commenced the attack in the background.
Like, because
at the beginning of the night where, DIY and
Pretty
Deadly had to leave.
I like the aggressive nature of Pretty Deadly, and they did come out aggressive tonight.
Right.
And this new aggressive nature for them is awesome. But the fact that it ended in a no contest with the Street Profits coming out, and the fact that, and I don't understand it, the Motor City Machine Guns came out just to get their asses kicked.
Well, I think that's one of the parts that was rushed.
See, and that's the thing is, like you said, they could have just done this in the background.
They could have commenced a jumping instead of Liv and Raquel jumping Naomi and Bianca. It could have been Street Profit jumping all three of the teams, taking it out of the equation. Done. You watch Pretty Deadly get or DIY getting taken away in an ambulance, you know, and there's your match gone because obviously the match originally was going to end the way it did. And then we could have gotten the Naomi Liv match, but that's the thing too, with the way the attack ended in the Liv Raquel.
See, but if that match had ended in a no contest, like with them all screwing around,
I don't think it would have.
It wouldn't have mattered, though.
I think they told the story of what was going to happen just in an attack. Liv would have landed her move on Naomi and pinned her.
Yeah.
Because that's the last thing that happened. Liv hit Naomi, and that was it. Done. They got out of the ring and they left. I think they tried to fast cap what would have happened in that match. Namely, Liv and Raquel would have won the match. With Bianca interfering, Raquel would have taken care of Bianca, and then Liv, boom, hit her move, and the match is over. But I think it would have been more meaningful for that rather than, okay, no one won.
Right.
And you had a whole nother team that had no business even being in that ring.
I don't know.
Coming in, not doing a damn thing in helping because they immediately just went to the mat.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see what happens in the week to come
and then that one. I think the last match of the night got taken from us too. Like it was supposed to be a 6-man tag team with Cody in the middle of it, and Cody getting taken out of it.
I think all 4 of them. I'll say this. I think all 4 of them did their best to recap on that, and Damian did come out on top on that one, which was cool to see.
Which was good.
Braun fucking took out both of them over the wham. And I'm sorry. I probably would shit bricks if I were in the ring against Braun, because I'd be like this.
Yeah, dude.
Mommy. And not in the good way. It wouldn't have been Mommy for Rhea. It would have just been, Mommy, I'm gonna die. No, Braun's a big dude. So it's always fun to watch him run train around that ring and just wreck everybody around him. Obviously in that match too, that I think played a big part on the loss, was Jacob kicked Solo right in the damn face.
Mm-hmm.
And
we are getting the Solo Jacob story going, because
something's going on. I've heard that there is no talk of anything happening at WrestleMania for them, but something's happening to where these two are at odds.
Yeah, they're at odds, and something's going to come to a head between those two at some point.
And we'll see what that is. We're way too far out and might culminize after Elimination Chamber. Who knows?
I mean, it's probably just a moment for another Smackdown, but like they're obviously Jacob's not happy with Solo.
No, that's because Solo ghosted him.
Yeah, because Solo, all the stuff that went down with that. So anyway, that's how the night ended, fighting wise. Well, that's how the night ended. I guess everything else was over with.
Well, technically, the last 2 subjects we have happened during.
They happened during, but
and one of them was my utmost favorite, because she's one of my favorites.
Well, yeah, we did get a
lovely video from Alexa Bliss.
We did get a Alexa Bliss video.
That was a good one.
That was a good one. Like she's talking Elimination Chamber. She even
like I'm pretty sure a lot of you caught it. Not sure how many, but she even answered Uncle Howdy of "I'm in charge" when he last week asked, "Do you feel in charge?"
In charge. She's in charge.
And God, she's gonna
she said,
she's gonna make Elimination Chamber hell.
She's gonna make a solid run at Elimination Chamber. I'm still money on Liv, but
My money's on Alexa.
But
Wait, who else is in that match?
so we got Liv and Alexa.
Okay.
We've got Bailey.
Bianca.
We got Bianca and Naomi, and we've got Roxanne.
God, there's too many. Roxanne obviously is in a tier of deserving it.
I don't think she's coming out.
She's not main roster yet. So to me,
I think she's her deserving it is just getting into the
main roster.
Match. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
she's in Elimination Chamber.
I'll state right now, she definitely does deserve a win in that chamber, but right now, with her not even being on the main roster yet, she doesn't deserve the win just because she's not main roster. But her capabilities, I think she's gonna. Because let's face it, the draft is happening soon.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's the next round.
She'll be on
the main roster next round, which will mean she's probably going to get skyrocketed to the top, which, well deserved. Bailey, she's been there, she's done it, blah, blah. Well, we can actually say that about all of them.
Yeah.
They've all been there and done it. To me, I think the bigger story is Alexa Bliss winning it and coming out on top. Because right now with Liv, they're painting the tag team. And I wouldn't be surprised if they walk out of the match with Bianca and Naomi, the tag match, with those belts. Whenever that happens. I don't even think it's happening in Elimination Chamber, is it? No. No, it's not. So, is it next SmackDown that they're doing it? Whenever it is, I think Raquel and Liv walk out with the tag titles.
I don't think it's.
Oh, they're.
I know
they're there.
I don't know if it's been.
I don't think it's been determined
when they're going to do it.
But right now, what I'll say is, I think that's where those two are going. And right now, I think Alexa's got that flair of bringing it. And even if the Elimination Chamber's going against Rhea, which, let's face it, that would be fucking crazy watching Rhea and Alexa Bliss go for it.
That's not very good information. Anyway, I'll have to figure that out later. No, you make a solid point that going the Alexa Bliss route.
Well, and it makes sense too, because you've got the tag team champions, both of them in that ring, which...
But I just... I was on board. I was on board with a Liv Morgan.
That definitely does play out too.
But we've got... Because that's the thing, is Jade Cargill is coming back. At some point, pretty quick.
It could very well happen in Elimination Chamber because the 4 suspects are in that chamber.
And you know that it's not Liv and Raquel. We all know that.
We all are suspicious of the video because all it is them walking by.
Because if it was Liv and Raquel... They'd be bragging about it.
Yeah, they would be.
You know darn well they wouldn't be shying away from it.
When they crushed Rhea's
they walked away with the bat laughing. Come on.
No. And I'm even one to state right now, I think what it was, I told you this week, I was like, Bianca was the mastermind. No. Yeah. Mastermind? Naomi was the attacker, or vice versa, whoever. I still think, especially with how cocky they're being about, y'all owe us an apology. No, we don't. No, we don't. You're calling it way too fucking soon now.
Evidence is less than convincing. It's just Liv and Raquel walking past.
And looking this way and laughing while they keep going straight. I'm sorry, if I don't like someone getting hauled off in an ambulance, I'm going to laugh too.
It's just...
Not really, but still. In that situation, I'm going to laugh. But no. So right now you got all 4 suspects in that chamber. So what's the perfect time for Jade
to come back? Yeah.
And I swear to God, the storm is coming, should be gone, and she should come out with a different beginning to her song. And it's not necessarily a storm is coming, like maybe start it with the storm is here.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something that, because the storm is coming, that was good when she was coming. And she made her debut. Now she needs to be flags posted. I'm here.
Yeah.
Which I'm looking forward to seeing her back.
All right, she's been gone for a minute.
She has been. So when she gets back, I'll definitely look forward to that one. But I mean, my determination's solid. I think Alexa Bliss is the one to walk out of there. Honestly, if it's Bayley, we know how that one's going to end.
Honestly, I think it'll only be Alexa or Liv. I think they're the ones walking out of the Elimination Chamber.
Yeah, Bayley, nothing against her. It's just been there, done that. Now,
love Bayley, but it doesn't seem like there's reason to push her. There's not a lot of
backing right now for her. All right.
And then we had Kevin Owens. Now, he's making another video, of course, and he's saying the same thing he's been saying. But when we zoom out a little bit from his face, we realize that he's standing outside Sami Zayn's house.
He's not just outside. He's next door. He's in a house himself, filming out a window. That's Kevin, buddy. That's stalker, man. That's some stalker shit right there.
Oh, yes.
I think we need to get you a counselor for a minute. I mean, I'm just saying,
we've got Kevin just having
Kevin
lost
being
his
Kevin,
mind, but it's just Kevin being
and
Kevin.
It's egging on to this match of
we've got our.
He's determined one of them's gonna end their career.
Yeah. So that'll be fun to watch,
which we're looking forward to. Obviously, Kevin knows how to tell a story. Let's face that one. But we still have one obstacle there that hasn't been played yet, and that's Randy Orton. Everyone else, true. He's pile drived. It's come back just fine in a week. Randy's the only one who hasn't come back.
I still don't think we're going to see Randy till...
I think it'll be after WrestleMania. I think it'll be after, maybe during, but...
I don't think we'll see him at least till WrestleMania.
I think a lot more is going on with Randy than we know. I mean, because let's face it,
just on vacation.
It's not even that. Go watch some of the past matches when he's slamming down on his back and he's coming up. He's bright red in the face. That fucking hurt. And it's we all know the outcome of his doctors. They said you should not go back, and he said, "No, I can do it again. I can keep doing it. We're good." So I think at this point he's resting, obviously. But I think he pushed it a little bit.
Probably. He very well could have.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I miss the fucking Viper. I miss the Legend Killer. We need him back. John Cena goes for his winning move, and the Legend Killer, bam! Your legend's done. Yeah. Oh, that would be a fuck you right there. If John Cena is about to break that record of Ric Flair's at WrestleMania and win his however many titles, right? 17? And Randy Orton, who's runner-up, comes out of nowhere, RKO's his ass, and makes him lose.
That'd be funny.
That would be
pretty funny.
Oh, God, I would die laughing. I'd die laughing just to the fact that that's the Legend Killer right there.
Right.
So...
All right. Well, that's SmackDown for this week.
That's a lot of things for this week.
We'll come
we
back.
We got a lot more to go next week.
We've got Raw coming up.
And let's hope to God we get some answers.
We've got Elimination Chamber in a week.
Whoop!
Which is shaping up to be something else. Whole lot more weird coming up.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Thanks for joining us tonight, and we'll see you on the next go-around.